Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see about semantics and theories of semantics. Now, semantics is a subdivision of linguistics and it focuses on the study of meaning. Now, when we see about semantics and theories of semantics, we can define semantics as a study of meaning in language. This term semantics is taken from the Greek semi, meaning sign. Now, what is meaning? Words derive some part of its meaning from the existence of other words of a similar nature. And there are 7 types of meanings. The first one is the denotive meaning. That is the literal meaning of the word, that is what we get from a dictionary's definition. For example, the word man defines a human male adult. Then we have the connotative meaning. Connotative refers to the associations that are connected to a certain word. The connotation of a word snake could include evil or danger. The social meaning. It refers to the usage of language in and by society. For example, saying hello or talking about the weather is a way of being friendly or polite. And then we have the affective or emotive meaning, and this refers to the effects of words evoked in the reader or the listener. For example, home for a sailor or a soldier or an expatriate, and the word mother for a motherless child or a married woman will have special affective and emotive quality. Then we have the reflected meaning. Reflected meaning is the meaning which arises in case of multiple conceptual meanings. For example, the word dear in my dear old car may be interpreted either as expensive or as lovely. And then we have this collocative meaning. Collocative meaning is the meaning which a word acquires in the company of certain words. Example, big business, not large or great, pretty and handsome. Now, pretty and handsome indicate good looking. However, when you say pretty, the word pretty collocates with girls and women, village, garden, flowers, etc. And the word handsome collocates with boys, men, etc. Then we have the thematic meaning. This is the meaning which is communicated by the way in which it is organized. An active sentence has a different meaning from its passive equivalent, although the meaning has the same. For example, Mrs. Smith donated the first prize. The first prize was donated by Mrs. Smith. In the first sentence, who gave away the prize is more important. But in the second sentence, what did Mrs. Smith give is more important. And then we have the semantic structure or name-sense relationship. The vocabulary of a language contains a number of lexical items which can be described in terms of paradigmatic and syntagmatic sense relations or name-sense relations. And these senses can be divided into 5 categories: hyponymy, synonymy, antonymy, polysemy, and homonymy. Now, hyponymy refers to a meaning inclusion, that is, the meaning of one word includes the meaning of another word. The word which has a wider meaning is known as a superordinate word, and the word which is included is known as hyponymy. For example, mango is hyponymy to fruit. Here, fruit is the superordinate word and mango is its hyponymy. Then we have synonymy. Synonymy refers to the phenomenon of more than one form having the same meaning. For example, prison and jail are synonymous because they mean the same. And then we have antonymy. The concept of antonymy implies oppositeness of meaning, where the recognition and assertion of one implies the denial of the other. The following of the 4 main types of antonymy: binary opposites, gradable opposites, converse items, multiple incompatible. Binary opposites are pairs of antonyms. For example, single and married are binary opposites. Here, married implies not single. And then we have gradable opposites. In the case of gradable opposites, the antonyms at opposite ends of a scale with varying degrees are possible. The following are some examples: large, small, good, bad, hot, cold, fast, slow. And then we have converse terms. These are pairs of antonyms. The existence of one word in the pair inevitably implies the existence of the other. Example, buy, sell, husband, wife, above, below. Then we have multiple incompatibility. A large number of antonyms are taken from system of multiple incompatibility. For example, antonym like present and past are terms taken from the 3-term system of line segments, future being the 3rd term of the system. Then we have polysemy. Polysemy refers to having more than one meaning. For example, eye refers to part of an animal body and to the whole of the needle. Homonymy words are defined as sounding alike by processing different meaning. For example, bank. This can mean the side of the river or the financial institution. Sometimes 2 words are pronounced alike but spelled differently. Such words are called as homophones. For example, KK. On the other hand, there are some words that are spelled alike but pronounced differently. For such words are called as homographs. For example, we have the word verb lead and the noun lead. That is, one is the action of leading someone. Another one is the lead, that is the metal. And they are spelled alike but they are pronounced differently. So, lead. And theories of semantics has traditional approach. A child is pointed out to the objects and people and names are given to them, and in his mind a link or association between the names and the external world is established. Children have always been taught the language in this manner. This simple view of the relationship between name and things is diagrammatically shown below like this. And the child gradually and simultaneously learns to handle the complexities of experience along with the complexities of language. Then we have the referential theory. The theory of meaning which relates the meaning of a word to the thing it refers to is known as the referential theory. When we say the most influential linguist Noam Chomsky teaches at MIT, we do use the most influential linguist, and then we use Noam Chomsky to mention a particular person and MIT a particular institution of higher learning. However, there are also problems with this theory. One is that when we explain the meaning of desk by pointing to the thing it refers to, we do not mean a desk must be of this particular size, shape, color and material as the desk we are pointing at that moment of speaking. We are using this particular desk as an example or an instance of something more general. There is something behind the concrete thing we can see with our eyes, and that something is abstract, which can only be sensed in our minds. This abstract thing is usually called concept. A theory which explicitly employs the notion concept is the semantic triangle proposed by Ogden and Richards in The Meaning of Meaning. They argue that the relation between a word and a thing it refers to is not direct. It is mediated by concept. In a diagram form, the relationship is represented as follows. It's like this. A word usually has multiple meanings. Which of the meanings will be received, it depends upon the situation. And then we have the functional approach. The functional approach or the operational theory took a realistic stand, taking speech as it actually occurred. According to this theory, meaning is classified into two broad categories: contextual meaning and formal meaning. Contextual meaning relates a formal item or pattern to an element of situation. Formal meaning can be understood by co-locating and contrasting a lexical item with other lexical items. Now, the lexical item cat, for instance, has the potentiality for co-locating with meow, purr, lap, milk, fur, tail, etc. At the same time, it contrasts with dog, mouse, kitten, etc. Then we have the distributional theory. The core assumption behind distributional theory is that meaning comes from usage. Statistical methods and computer techniques are widely used in this approach. And then we have the field theory of meaning. Semantic field theory develops historically and conceptually from the work of Ferdinand de Saussure, who put forward the view of language as an interconnected system of signs such that an alteration of any of the elements involved a change in the entire system. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please do write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.